Hey guys, welcome back. So this is the main reason we took this 2.5 week trip to Southeast Asia. It was to go to my wife's home country of Laos. This is her heritage, even though she wasn't born there. This is her first time to ever go see her heritage where her parents were raised, and it's a really special moment for us to make this trip. So we decided to go to Luang Prabang, the historic capital city. The first day there, we climbed up Fusi Hill. You could see all of Luang Prabang, at least the historical center. It was a nice way to stretch our legs, kind of get out, and then go to the night market. We went to the night market every night. It was nice, but we got to bed kind of early because the first full day that next morning was our biggest day in Luang Prabang. We had booked a day tour with Manifa Elephant Camp. They picked us up from our hotel, which was Cafe Tui. They took us along the Mekong in a boat ride, and then they took us to their elephant camp, where we walked down to the edge of the Mekong, and there were just elephants coming seamlessly around the corner from everywhere. This is the elephant sanctuary. These elephants were, you have no chains, you have no ropes, they're just wandering freely along with these mahouts or elephant trainers. So we were doing like a mahout training camp, or a day training to become a mahout, how you care for the elephants and feed them and bathe them. And as you see here, this was the one male elephant that they had at the camp, and we were feeding him these bananas, and he was just loving every minute of it. He was so excited to be getting fed, and getting to kind of feel their skin. It's a lot tougher than you would imagine. The hair was a little like prickly. It was so unique, such a unique experience to be this close to this big of an animal. And the elephants, they could understand Lao. But you got to remember, these elephants they're huge animals. You can suggest to them what you want them to do in Lao, but they're going to do whatever they want to. It's funny because our elephant here, as we're feeding him, another one comes around the corner. He sees that elephant out of the corner of his eye, and even though he's not eating all the bananas, he's still asking for more bananas from me because he doesn't want the other elephant to get any. He wants all my treats. So it was so funny to see the personalities of these elephants. And I had this bond with the male elephant as we were feeding him. So luckily I got selected to be the one that got to ride the elephant. And he knelt down. We climbed up on their thigh, kind of swung our leg over onto the back of their neck. And then just, we walked around through the countryside along the Mekong. It was getting a little hot, and they wanted to go into the Mekong to kind of bathe the elephants. And we went all the way completely submerged under the water. And it was an incredible experience. It's something that we will always remember as long as we live. And after we spent some time at the Manifa Elephant Camp, we went back to Luang Prabang, and we checked out one of the main Wat or Buddhist temples that was pretty close to where we were staying. They are known for having many Wats or many Buddhist temples all throughout that historical area of Luang Prabang. So anyone you go to is going to be beautiful. We got some sleep that night, and the next day we were up early again the next morning, again with Manifa and their travel group, to go to Hmong village to kind of see how the locals live in that area. And we continued along our day trip from the village over to Kuang Si waterfalls. This is one of the most beautiful waterfalls that I've ever seen. We got a couple. It's multi-layered, so you'll see a couple different videos of the different layers and then some of the pictures. You can swim in certain areas of it. We chose not to do that. We didn't want to be wet the rest of the day, but it was beautiful. It was incredible. This is the main fall that you could just spend all day looking at, and it was just so peaceful. And it also had a lot of butterflies around that area, a lot of the plants and trees, just everything that was growing along this river and along these falls, it just made it amazing. Along with this day, once you kind of finished at the falls, you could go back down to the local market area where they had a lot of different foods that you could try that were just cooked right there in front of you. And then we went back to Manifa Elephant Camp, which was such a treat to go back there for lunch. And again, we got to just see one of the elephants and feed it a little bit while we were having lunch. That was just kind of a short part of that day. And then we jumped on a longboat over to the Pak Ou Caves. Now, this is one big cave, thousands of statues of Buddha in this cave. And it's right on the Mekong. You have to take the boat right up to the entrance of the cave. And again, it was a great sight to see. After we toured the caves, we got back in our longboat and we cruised down the Mekong during sunset all the way back to Luang Prabang. And they dropped us off right in the historic center of town, which was great. We were able to go to the night market again, have some more local foods. I mean, when I say that these night markets, it's not a special like night market once a week. It is every night. So it was a great experience in Luang Prabang. The next day we went to the train station. We hopped on the LCR, which is the high-speed Lao-China rail. Went through the Lao countryside, seeing many different cities going from Luang Prabang all the way down to the capital city of Vientiane. And we spent one night there. We got to go to the night market there, eat some food, but basically we were there to catch a flight the next day. So we spent one night, and then we caught a flight the next day back to Singapore. We had to throw in a little footage of riding a tuk-tuk around. We had a couple different chances to do that, but it was an amazing trip.